beat.
What's going on, Risk Takers? I am Ace Torn. Welcome to the Risk Takers platform. We're at Prime Champagne Bar. I got the owner with me coming in today, and guess what? He's a risk taker as well. You got to be a risk taker when you own an establishment. It's nothing to play with, serious business. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to...
Welcome to Prime Champagne Bar. My name is Chance Black.
What inspired you to own your own establishment? Lounge. Because I won't even call this a bar, I call this like a lounge.
It is more of a lounge.
Yeah.
I have other businesses, a couple of rental houses, and actually my real job, other than this real job, I do anesthesia for a living. So I have an anesthesia business also. So
Gotcha.
I just like working for myself and being able to determine my own future.
Now, anesthesia business, how did you get into that? Because that's totally different from, you know.
I was a medic in the
club
Army
life.
for 6 years. I was an airborne medic. When I got out, I was just wanting to do something in that field, and I was kind of good at medicine and math.
Right.
And kids, math, science is the key and stuff.
Yeah,
Understanding stuff. Also, you know, sociology and other things are important as well. But for us, math and science gonna get you there. And it was just something I wanted to do. I always wanted to, you know. I even have a history degree. I wanted to do law school.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I'm still thinking about that. And
Yeah.
all that stuff. It's just like you have to be trying to do something. No matter where you are in life, be striving towards something every day. You know, just be positive.
Right. So how did you know exactly what you wanted to do?
From the things I have done that, and I figured out what I didn't want to do, I was able to narrow it down to like wanting to work for myself. Even like wanting to have this bar, this lounge. You know, I didn't want a club. I didn't want something big and fancy. I want something intimate, community, where you can actually have a conversation and have cocktails.
Yeah. It's not many out there that's like that.
No, it's so
you got
loud.
to yell, scream, have a
Yeah.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
can't really just have just
Hey.
laid back and chill.
Yeah, I just
So,
want all laid back, copacetic, man.
yeah,
You know,
and this the
chill.
type of spot, this is the type of
Thank you,
environment that is, man. How do you balance both business? Like you got 2 or 3 businesses. How are you organizing those?
Well, actually, I was getting my butt kicked for the first year, man, in this, because
Yeah.
from learning to do entertainment, marketing in this aspect, and just dealing with customers.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
learn. I was behind the 8 ball. It's just been a learning process. But one thing from business is business.
Right.
Establishing business is certain an algorithm you have that you have to follow. You know, you gotta have your resources. You gotta have the people in place that's gonna help you and stuff. You just gotta know what's going on. And if you don't, be able to learn.
Yeah.
Be open.
Would you say it's a good idea to start establishment of business to put all your money in, or to use somebody else's money, the bank or a private lender?
No.
You know, what would you say?
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, I had to use all my own funds.
All money in.
The problem with that was I had capital, but I didn't make sure my credit was up to par.
Yeah.
So when I came to wanting to do a loan, the interest rate was just beyond what I wanted to deal with.
Yeah.
So I spent my own money.
Right.
But if I could have used somebody else's money, partner with somebody to get some capital or venture capitalists, I would have loved to do that. So make sure your credit is good, y'all. You know, even if you got cash on hand like I had, you got to make sure your credit is up to par.
Yeah.
You have to.
Credit is very important.
It
man,
is.
You know, and I really didn't get serious about credit till I turned about, say, 31. I said, man, this made the world go around.
Plus,
You know,
if you don't have good credit, it can cost you to even borrow money. You know, we have
cost
good-
you to borrow the
Yeah,
money.
it costs you more than it would
Yeah.
cost you if you had good credit.
Because you got to pay that interest back.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the interest rate is determined on your credit.
Damn.
Yes.
So they're going to always track that no
Yes.
matter what.
Yes.
Now, owning a champagne bar like this, how would you say you bring people in as far as marketing? Do you use social media, you use groups, or do you use just
I use
ads?
all that. I use social media, from Facebook to Instagram to Snapchat, and I use my employees as well and stuff. It's kind of like a family thing. It's like, hey, just, you know, put the word out there, tell your friends.
Right.
You know, this social media thing, you have to be savvy. You have to be a
I was
part
gonna
of it.
say, it's the
'Cause
truth, bro.
I don't even have a social media account myself.
Right.
But for my business,
Yeah.
I have them all.
Of course, yeah. As long as you got that running,
Yes.
you good.
Yes.
I mean, the personal, it's cool to have it, but it's not generating no money.
No, it's
You know, so-
actually it's a distraction.
Facts.
You know, because you
Yeah.
have to have a whole avatar, a whole nother person
Right.
to run that.
You do.
So if it ain't generating no income, why are you actually doing it?
Facts.
You know, other than God and family first, the rest is you trying to get ahead, man.
Yeah, yeah. So how do you choose your employees? Like you look at the character, you look at their experience, or how do you look at their
All factors matter.
You know.
First of all, you have to look at that experience. You have to see, do they even fit the job requirement that you need? And beyond that, I like to look at the character. Can you look me in the eye? As a young man, stand up, look a man in the eye.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Speak to them directly. And also the history. And believe it or not, I have a brother that's an FBI agent. Your social media history matters too. Employers are looking at social media.
They're going to look through it.
Yeah, and see what you're doing, what kind of person you are, versus who you saying you are. Hey, your words can be one thing, but your actions are a whole different story. And what you put on social media is forever there.
Yeah,
not sometimes, it's forever there. So be careful.
Nowhere. So even with the bartender, you check their background?
Yeah, I have them bring a picture.
Yeah.
I have a resume. Yes. And I used to do a background check.
You serious about this? Then?
Dead ass.
I like it, because that's my first time, never heard of that. You know, actually, you know, the owner checking the bartender background.
Yes,
or,
everybody's background. If you're gonna be in here, I need to know who you are.
Right.
To a degree. You're not gonna ever know who a person is. Sometimes you don't even know who you yourself are.
Right.
But as most information as can gain, I would like to have that. You know, because you're gonna be just talking to my people. You're a representation of me in a sense. You know, how you speak, how you carry yourself, how you talk to my customers.
Yeah.
It's gonna come back on me, not them.
Right. So I want to ask, before we get off this subject, this location, this is a prime location, speaks for itself. Prime Champagne Bar. So this location, was it tough to get this location, or you use your networking skills or networking connects?
I use my networking connects. I had a good realtor, and even from my architect, my interior designer and stuff, all my planners. You know, I was looking for a location that's kind of, I don't want to say neutral, but generic in the sense that everyone would feel comfortable coming to.
Right.
All races, all ethnicity, all class, people, everyone's welcome.
Right.
There's no bar and stuff. I have an age limit now. That's the only thing and stuff.
Gotcha.
It's 21 for females, 25 for guys. Because, you know, we guys mature a little bit slower.
Right.
And stuff, so,
that's a proven fact.
So I'm just trying to keep it balanced and stuff. And I chose this location. I wanted people to have a sense of safety. Not saying that you can't be safe anywhere you are, but some people's mentality is location. And the location sometimes determines the safety or the
environment.
probability. Yes,
Right.
it does. And that's unfortunate, but it's true.
How strong are you on diversity?
Big.
When it comes to business?
I want diversity. You know, I want black, white, Caucasian, green. I want male, female, whatever orientation you are, you're welcome.
Yeah.
If everybody just keep it cool, you know, have your cocktail, your conversation, and then respect everybody else.
Right, because me and my older cousin was speaking about that in Miami, and he was like, man, a lot of people want to do black-owned business, but a lot of times they don't understand when you just have just black-owned business, you don't diversitize, like that kind of cut off your money and your income.
It does.
It limits you in so many ways.
Think about this. We're probably overall like anywhere from 12 to 14% of the overall population. So that means you're missing out on
a lot of money.
84, 86% of income. So no, I have a huge black clientele.
Yeah.
I'm a black American.
Right.
You know, I like black American versus African American. I don't want to further subjugate myself on that.
Yeah, I seen some Latinos in here, you know, white. I seen them in here, so you.
Yeah.
I can say you is diverse.
It's
times I came in, you know.
It's a community bar. I want everyone to feel welcome, even if it's just a few. You have nothing to fear.
Right.
Because we got you.
Right.
You know, La Familia always.
Love
Family.
it. Love it. Now, as far as your networking, how did you become to a position of a man to learn how to network and learn how important networking is? Because a lot of people just say, it's just my people and my people only. And they don't want to connect.
I watched my father. You know, my father had a construction company, a trucking company. And in that business, even in the 70s, 80s, you just met so many different people. And I watched my father talk to a lot of people. Because everybody else, I had to say it at that time, had the money. We had to get to the money.
Got to do what you got. You got to work your move.
We couldn't get everything for ourselves. So what you got to do? You got to diversify. We don't have every resource. No one has all the resources. That's why a community, a nation, you know, a family, a tribe, a clan works better together.
They do.
Yeah.
Facts. So if you start your own establishment, how can a person network with people to build a team to help them bring the establishment to life?
First of all, know what your vision is. You got to have a vision of what you want. Then with that vision, figure out what mission that you got to take upon to get that vision taken care of. Got to have a vision.
Right.
Then a mission, you got to have step 1. You got to have step 2. And that's going through the mission to fulfill that vision.
Now, networking and communication skills go hand in hand.
Yes.
Conversation go hand in hand.
Nonverbal communication is a lot. How you present yourself, how you look at other people. People watch all that nonverbal stuff. How you come to a man, you shake his hand, are you looking at him? Are you speaking directly to him? Right. Are you looking down? Or you come to, or are you just being chivalrous? Or are you greeting the ladies in a gentle way or a mannerable way? It's just people look at that nonverbal stuff before they even let you get to the conversation.
Because your body language gonna speak for you to speak.
That's why I always like to have a look at a man or look at a woman, a person, and talk to them. Look in their eyes and see how they move and see. It's just the unsaid thing. I can't put it into words, but if a person can't look you in the eye, that's something wrong.
It's something going on.
Yeah. If a person can't just be honest with you,
it's something
I don't
going
need a
on.
double-minded person in my life.
Right. And I did a research on this too. 70% of communication is body language.
Yes.
That's
nonverbal communication.
It's all nonverbal, all body language. And that tells you a lot what you should be practicing on more. And verbal, vocally is 7%.
You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. God gave you 2 ears for one reason. Listen more than you talk.
Yeah. A lot of times people don't understand that, and I hate to say that because I didn't see opportunities slip out people's hands.
I have been there
because they talking too much,
and not understand. Hey, talking too damn much, not listening.
Just got there, be quiet. Just listen.
Empty wagon makes the most noise.
Yeah.
A wagon that's weighted down with knowledge makes less noise.
Say that again. Bring that back.
An empty wagon makes more noise because it's not weighted down with anything. A wagon that's weighted down with knowledge and product makes less noise.
That's deep. That's deep.
So,
I love it, man. So anything you want to say to the people, man, as far as starting your own business, what do they need to do first, especially if you want to start an establishment like this?
Have your vision. Know what it is that you want. Because if you don't know what it is you want, other people can sway you from what you want. Like how I wanted to be just R&B. Neo-soul, Afrobeat, laid back.
You don't want all that rah.
Nah, it ain't no twerk fest. It ain't no get crazy. It ain't the trap house.
Yeah.
It's a community bar, a champagne bar, cocktails and conversation. About the ladies, man.
Hey, so you know what to come to. You want to chill, relax, wind down. And when you open?
Monday through Saturday. Monday, 5 to 10. Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 11. Friday and Saturdays, 4 to 2 a.m. Then on some occasions, on first Sunday, I throw a set, especially when the summer coming and spring coming. On first Sunday, sometimes we're gonna have a little special set, and that'll be TBA, to be announced. So,
man, you heard it first from my guy, Chance.
Thank you for coming and talking to me, man.
No problem.
Hey, but it's really about the community. We got to get this stuff together, man. Hey, black men, we got to do more, and I think our females need to be a little bit more humble.
A lot more humble. Before we get off of this, we got to talk about that.
Yes.
Why do you think so many females, the modern day female, is not humble? Do you think it's came to a point where they're so independent? Because they do make more money than a lot of men.
They say they're independent. Independent when it comes to certain things, but they're totally dependent when it comes to other things. I think society has pushed them into it's a quid pro quo. A man has to give you money for something versus you guys having mutual admiration and mutual respect for each other. Nobody owe nobody for nothing.
Right.
So let's get that straight. You with somebody because you want to be there. Now, if that person can do things for you, cool. But nobody owe you nothing. And men, step up. Straighten your back out.
Straighten your back.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to take an L. Sometimes every woman ain't for you. Right. And when they start talking all that crazy, you should leave them alone. And male, if you start talking crazy to a woman, female, leave them alone. Don't can't keep propagating this ignorance and stuff.
Right. I think it's men are intimidated by women making more money than them, and it shouldn't even be that mindset.
No, it's like this, cause we have worked so hard on trying to advance the woman. We have not tried to do anything for the man, and people don't want to hear it. So many men have been raised by females,
Single parents,
and then
single moms.
a lot of the females wouldn't even marry the man child they raised.
We ain't even married.
No.
So why do you think they raised them like that then? Is it an idea of this how man should be?
It's the idea of them having control versus letting that man child be raised by a man child to be a man. Just like I wouldn't think I could raise a female child to be a female alone. It takes both.
Right.
It takes both now, because you got to learn some things, be able to interact with and communicate with a woman. Just like a woman got to learn things from her mother, how to communicate with a man and stuff. Then a father's going to teach his daughter certain things to look for in a man.
Right.
Just like a mother would teach certain things for her boy child to look for in a female.
In a female, yeah.
The roles are the same. Man has a role, female has a role. All this independent stuff is malarkey.
Do you ever think we'll get on the same page, man?
We have
track?
to. But sometimes we got to get rid of this social media. All this influence, this negative influence, this crazy stuff they talking about. 50-50, it's always been 50-50, because it's never been to a point where in the black community where one person in the household could make it.
And that's what I'm
alone.
saying. I don't even understand the 50-50 scenario. And they don't like that.
It's
shit is
just
crazy
making
to me,
this
bro.
team.
It's a team. So if you allow a woman, you take care of a woman, and she don't have to do nothing, that's a bill. You just hired on another bill in your household.
Well, actually,
she don't do nothing.
If she at home taking care of what needs to be taken care of within that household.
A lot of women don't even do that, bro.
Yeah, but if she is.
But she is, yeah.
Then
right.
It's paid for. My mom was a stay-at-home mom.
That's a 50-50.
Yeah.
Because she takes
she
care of
doing
the
her
household.
part.
Right.
And earn the money was my dad part.
But our modern day women don't do that.
No. And then they can't always look at a man because he blue collar.
Yeah.
And stuff. Look at the person. If he got this going on, why can't he be with you? You're limiting yourself, and that's why so many men are alone too, because women don't look at them in a sense as a viable option. Then they get so stuck in their laundry list of dudes, yeah, that's good, or what they don't want, they're gonna miss out altogether.
All the blessings going out the window. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of women miss a lot of blessings because of the scenario fact that social media paints pictures.
You got some people fool that, hey, people like, it just be said, bring to the table what you're asking from the table. Then women start saying, I am the table. No, you're not, baby.
Yeah, you ain't the table.
You're not.
Right.
You're not.
Right.
God, what he placed is the foundation. We just here to work at it together.
Facts. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Always gonna be 50-50, my
Yeah, it should be.
You know.
Whoever making the money, if it's a team,
yeah,
it's all y'all money together.
My brother, well said. Great conversation, man. Look,
right.
It's the Risk Takers. I got a risk taker here with me, Chance. Don't forget to come to Prime Champagne Bar. You know what? If you come into town the weekend through the week, Birmingham, Alabama, you know what to come to. Because then we out.